Hey, good morning, everyone. It is Renee here with R&B Realty and Lending. You guys know that Bo and I he loves his pour over coffee and I love my matcha latte. So I figured, why not show you guys how I make a matcha latte at home? So I have my setup here and I'm going to make my matcha latte. It's about 6:30 in the morning. After I drink my matcha latte, I'm gonna head to the gym and get my day started. So this is my matcha that I use. I actually store it in this mason jar. I will put the actual brand that I use here on the screen. I get it from Amazon. It is a ceremonial grade matcha. So some of you guys may or may not know why ceremonial is the best form of matcha. So it is the highest, purest form of matcha. It is made from the youngest, most purest top of the tea leaves from the tea plant. And so you get all of the vibrant green colors, the amino acids. So all of the other matchas that you see that are sweetened, no bueno. You want to get the ceremonial grade matcha. So I have my matcha here. The first thing I want to do is soak my whisk in hot water. So this kind of loosens the bristles. So when you start to whisk away. So we're going to do that before we get started. So I have my tea kettle here and it has hot water. So I'm just gonna let my whisk soak here in this glass. So that's gonna soak a little bit, open up. And I have the tea kettle here. So I set my water to about 160. So you don't wanna go above that. I've kind of played with the numbers. I've gone to 150, 160, 165. You don't want the matcha to have that burnt taste. So I keep it at 160. And then I have my scale here. I have my bowl, my sifter, and what I'm gonna do, I use 3.5 grams. I like my matcha a little bit strong. So most people will use about 3 grams. I use about 3.5 grams. So we're just going to put our matcha here, put a good amount, and then I take away as needed, but the scale is going to tell me exactly 3.5, and you just sift away. And by doing this removes all the clumps and makes the matcha very smooth. So you definitely want to not skip this process. It's going to be very smooth and fine. So we're going to need to remove some matcha. We have a lot in here. So currently you cannot see this, but after sifting this, it's telling me that I have about 5 grams. So I need to definitely remove some. So that's very easy. All I do is take some out, put it back in my glass. So now we're at 3.5 grams. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to actually whisk it. All right, so before we actually put our hot water into the matcha bowl and start whisking it, I like to use almond milk for my matcha lattes. It is the healthiest for me, and I use the Khalifa Farms almond milk barista blend. This milk is the only milk that I have seen that's able to froth very well and mix well with the matcha lattes. A lot of the coffee shops use this brand as well. It depends on the amount of fat that's also in the milk that will help it froth and make it thick and creamy. So this is the brand that I use, and I have a frother here that I use to froth the milk and the matcha that you'll see in a second. So I use about 4 ounces of the almond milk. So I'm gonna pour that into the frother here. You can see, pouring it in here. There we go. And it says there's a max line, so I know exactly the measurements. And there we go. So I'm just gonna froth the milk just for a couple seconds, maybe about 10 seconds, just to get it going. So we just stop it there. And so now we're ready to, our bristles have loosened, whisk has loosened there. So now we're going to take the hot water. I've kept it on a hold at 160. So I'm going to remove my scale. I have my beautiful matcha here. And so now I'm going to pour my water, and I like to just get it a little wet. I kind of eyeball this, if I'm being honest, and I just whisk it at first. I will get you the amount of water that I actually put in here, but right now, as you can see, I'm just doing a slow motion here. And then now I'm going to whisk, whisk, whisk away. So we're gonna whisk. It's all in a flick of the wrist. Flick of the wrist.
Look at the flick of the wrist.
And whisk. The main thing is you wanna get the bubbles out, make it very smooth. So now that we've whisked it, all the matcha, look how beautiful that looks. All right, very smooth. So now what I actually do is put it in the frother with the milk, and that's going to blend it all together and make it really nice and creamy. And then we don't waste matcha around here. So what I do is I take some of the water, and then I pour the remaining matcha into the frother. And then I personally like to sweeten my matcha with honey. So I have this Costco brand honey. And again, I eyeball this. I don't like mine's too sweet. It's I kind of know how much I put in here. It's about it. And then what we're going to do is let the frother do its thing. So it's gonna froth, froth, froth away, and then I'll show you what it looks like when we pour it into our glass. So here we go. You can start to see it's gonna all start to blend and whisk. Can you see it there? Look at that. Matcha is ready. So here we go. Take a look at that. Oh, and I like to pour it in my glass. Oh, look at that thickness. And it's just the right amount of matcha. I get all of that there. Get a close up. Look how beautiful that matcha is. Let's taste it. Well, it's perfection. It is perfection. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me make my famous matcha lattes. Comment down below. Let me know if you're a matcha drinker, coffee drinker, and guess what? Bo is going to record a video of him doing his pour over coffee at home. We'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good day. Bye. Cheers.